Hi friends, today we are going to discuss the most important topic which is very close to me. I take a lot of time in making my students understand bond theorem. Since we have to dense most of the things in 5-7 minutes, I'll try to justify the topic as well. The topic is bond theorem. Most of the examinations have something related to bond theorem. And yes, if you are studying fixed income as a subject, you must know this, and after studying this, probably you can easily connect yourself with the strategies which are operated by fund managers when it comes to their own debt fund management. Okay, so the first theorem, which is mostly known to us, says that price and interest rate move inversely. In our earlier sessions, we have already studied that if interest rate falls down, so we took an example with a bond. Okay, so we just simply solve here, say present value or say current price of a bond is equal to 100. It's a 3-year face value 100 and coupon is equal to 10% bond. And if I evaluate that if YTM happens to be 9% in the market, if YTM happens to be 11% in the market, what happens to the price? So if you find out the price, keeping all the things constant, you will find out that price and interest rate move inversely. Simply say that if market rate increases, what happens to the price of existing bonds? It falls down. And if market rate decreases, what happens to the existing price of the bond? It goes up. So it is inverse relationship between interest rate and bond prices. Now you must be wondering, what is this? See, this is the long-term average interest rate. This is the long-term average interest rate. Interest rate always move in a cycle. So understand, it goes up, then it once again goes down, and it is like, we can say it is a mean reversion concept which I am discussing here. It goes up, once again comes to the mean, goes down, and once again at the mean. So if you are investing in bond market, and after your investment, if interest rate increases in the market, so this is the rising interest rate scenario, you tend to lose. You will have loss in your capital will erode. And if interest rate decrease after your investment, you will have good capital gain. Okay. The second theorem talks about a decrease in interest rate raises bond prices by more than a corresponding increase in rates lowers price. Now this is most important and one of my favorite bond theorem, and if you start looking at most of the mutual fund manager strategies, you will understand that how do they play. Now understand, if I say my bond is having a face value is equal to 100, same bond coupon is equal to 10% and maturity is equal to 3 years. If currently at the time of issue YTM is 10%, price will be 100. Now if YTM falls down in the market, bond will be available at premium, say for example 9%, and YTM, if it is 11%, it would be available at discount. Now you can check the percentage increase in price and percentage decrease in price. You will identify, you have to calculate and prove that this percentage increase is higher. So now you can understand that for equal change in interest rate, price change is not same, it is different. So when interest rate go up, you tend to lose, but when interest rate falls down, you tend to gain more. That's the wonderful concept to understand. So second theorem makes much more sense. I can still share some of the interesting examples. I think it was year 2008-9, wherein government security funds, you can check Franklin Templeton and you can also check IC Mutual Fund. Both of them give a wonderful return of around 35 to 40% by investing in government bond in a single year. You can go to the Value Research and Morningstar and you must evaluate this return. It is simply the game of changing interest rates. On to the third theorem. Price volatility is inversely related to coupon. That means if I am having a bond which is 8% coupon, another is 10% coupon, both are having same maturity. Maturity is same and credit quality is also same. Only variation I can find out is different coupon because they've been issued at different point of time. Now understand which bond is going to be more volatile. Lower coupon bond. Lower coupon bond tends to be more volatile. So just try to understand, when interest rates are going up, it is advised that you invest in a bond which is having, say, high coupon. So you tend to lose less. And when interest rates are falling down, you invest in low coupon bonds because there you have got better opportunity to make money. So that is also one very interesting strategy. And one more thing is price volatility is directly related to maturity. So keeping everything constant, if I say 5-year and 10-year bond, which one is going to be more volatile? That means which one is going to have more sensitivity with changing interest rate? Definitely 10-year. So that means if I am creating a bond portfolio and interest rates are increasing, I tend to invest in, say, short maturity bonds. And as I go further, when interest rates have started falling down, I'll invest in long maturity bonds. So that means when interest rates are falling down, combination of long maturity and low coupon bond is a wonderful technique to make more money. So many of the questions have been there which are related to this concept. It's a wonderful concept to study. Many of the things are also written on my website. You can go there and study further. So that was a concept of bond theorem. I hope you got it thoroughly. Keep watching. Thank you.